Hey, 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 beautiful heart, what's poppin' today? Thank you for clicking on this video for whatever reason that you're here. My intention is you get something out of this, even if it's just something out of my babbling that helps you on your awakening journey, because there are no coincidences around here. All right, so we are going to get in here and look and see what is going on. We're still under some really interesting energy. Honestly, at this point, I think I need to kind of create a new word because interesting just really isn't cutting it. August is going to be a mixed bag of energy. No way around that. We are heading fast to the height of the 8-8 portal. I'm recording this the morning, early morning of August 5th, 2025. That doesn't matter. My readings are timeless. If you go back on my channel and go through the playlist and look at videos or readings even from a couple of years ago, they could very much still be relevant for you. Another thing with my readings, my insight sessions, there are layers and layers of depth and information in there. What does that mean to you? That means that you can listen to one of the readings from, say, heck, 2020. We're now in 2025. If that title or it pops up out of the blue, whatever, you notice it and you play it again, you're going to see that you're going to get more information out of it than you did the first time. Same thing with my courses, anything that I create. That's just how it is. That's who I am. So, okay. Right now, in looking at this crazy energy, as I said, August is going to be up and down. You may be feeling this day to day, depending on where you're at in your awakening journey. You may be feeling it, hour to hour, minute to minute. It could be one way, then flip flop, then go back again, and be all over the shop. Guys, nothing wrong with that. It's absolutely okay. Between now and the 12th, there's volatile energy going on. So don't be surprised, especially in 3D news, politics, things like that. Crazy investigations, possible arrests, more earthquakes, fires, and floods. Guys, this is nothing new. If you've been following me for a while, you know I've been talking about this since 2018. But anyways, all right, let's get into today. So starting out over here, I'm using the Journey to Wonderland and Oz deck on top, healing the inner child to clarify the messages, find out where your energy is, what your inner child is feeling at this time. So Wizard of Oz, that movie, really is about the spiritual awakening journey and the different roles or people that we play while we're on that journey. And that yellow brick road being the road back to truth, our truth and authenticity. Okay? So here's Auntie M. She's represented as Temperance. Temperance is about balance, bringing that masculine and feminine into balance, not being one, more one way or the other. To be able to hold strong in this balance, at this point in the game, you have to drop all your mask. You're probably already feeling this, that when you put on certain masks from the past that worked, whether, whatever the situation was, you knew it didn't feel safe to be your authentic self. So you either dulled yourself down, didn't speak your truth, saying yes when you really wanted to say no, whatever it is. You're being called to drop all of those masks. They served a purpose, but just like, milk, there's an expiration date. That shit goes bad and you don't want to drink it. Hell, you don't want to even open the cap and smell it. Think of that analogy when you step back and put on that old mask. And guys, for many of you, it's a habit. It's not even like you're doing it out of fear or, people pleasing, which is fear. It's just more of a habit. You might not even fully recognize it. The energy today is asking you to be very aware of your thoughts and feelings and your intentions every moment of the day. I know it sounds like a lot of work and taxing, and it will be until this becomes a new habit. So we're slipping back into the old habit ways, comfort ways, just because it's what you've done for a long time, isn't going to feel comfortable anymore. As soon as you're not feeling comfortable, that's your neon sign of, hey, danger, Will Robinson, we're going in the wrong way. We're lowering our vibration. I've picked up a mask. How is this going to play out in your day-to-day? When you're wearing a mask, you're in lower vibration. You're not in your authenticity. You are going to attract experiences and people that match the mask. So if you're over there saying, whether you want a relationship, a friendship, whatever it is, ask yourself, are you being your most authentic self? Are you setting your intentions appropriately so that you do get, this is technically the Six of Pentacles in the regular deck. It's still the Six of Pentacles, but this one is showing the White King's plum cake. In other words, if you are strategic, and when I say strategic, I mean setting your intentions, waking up every morning, setting that intention. You may need to revisit it and course correct throughout the day or the week, what have you, but being intentional in everything you do is going to bring you that reward and recognition that you rightly deserve. And again, over here in my little corner of the internet, I'm not about preaching or teaching false positivity, false spirituality, sweeping things under the rug. Oh, no. Here we're bringing all that shit to the light. We're going to examine it. We're going to look at it. Here we are scientists studying a monkey, and that monkey is our own altered ego, our own thoughts and beliefs, because we're grown folk over here. We know what time it is. We know what universal laws are. We're learning how to work with them while dropping all of the matrix education and beliefs, because the matrix education and beliefs are not what happens over here in 5D in the awakening. All right, on our little journey, here we come. We run across the Munchkin country, and this is the Four of Wands, and it is in reverse. Interestingly enough, what came out as, the messenger card for this was embrace your inner child. And the munchkins really are a representation of our inner child. Your inner child needs you, needs your time, your attention, your validation. Truth be told, that's what it's always needed. Remember how I was just talking about 3D matrix? You were taught certain things that led to these limiting false beliefs. Well, here's one. That your inner child needs love or somebody else to validate it. That is the biggest mistake. Your inner child, the only validation and love that really empowers it and what it needs is from you. You are the ultimate protector of your inner child. This is about, none of us got exactly what we needed when we were younger as children to fulfill the inner child in the way that we needed to be fulfilled and to learn. Why? Because we were all born into the 3D matrix. We learned 3D matrix ways, which is actually completely against the health and well-being of the inner child. It's a program. It's a program designed to keep you from your authenticity and playing small. And if you have any religion in your background, man, your inner child took some extra hits. I know, speaking from experience. From religion, you know what I got from religion? I doubled down, tripled down. It was so instilled into me. I learned judgment, guilt, condemnation, blame, and shame. And gossip too, but going with those. Why? Because those energies, make no mistake about it, religions, and I'm not bagging on any one religion, I'm bagging on all of them. All of them were designed to keep people in fear, to keep people separated, to keep people in doubt, and keep people looking for that outside validation. Nowhere in religion does it teach you to go within and embrace your own inner child in a true, authentic way. Religion teaches you that you're not good enough. There's something wrong with you, and you need somebody outside of you that's better than you, that knows everything, to tell you if you're good or bad. But yet, depending on where you're at in the world, or whatever religion catches your fancy, it's going to be a bit different. So here's what I'm going to say on that. Religion and that energy is a very oppressive, lower vibrational energy. The truth about you, the truth about God, all of that, you are not going to find that in religion. And if that just ticked you off, I'm sending you love. The truth doesn't always feel very comforting. Anyways, you're being called at this time. Make sure you are honoring yourself. You do not have any hidden intentions or hidden dialogue going on that you need outside validation, that you're not good enough unless somebody says so. That's got to go. This card here with the frog and the fish, the royal footman, he's bringing a message. The interesting thing is the card that came out, or, to talk about this one, I apologize. The last few days, I have been having such a hard time trying to put words together. Anybody else? Anybody else having that? So thank you for bearing with me as I try to get the words out. That's the thing. In 3D, it's very wordy. I call 3D the realm of word salad. All kinds of words are said, usually not in a high vibrational way. But 5D, words get in the way. It's about energy and feeling. So I myself am trying to find appropriate words that reflect the energy or the feeling. So anyways, back to this. This message is give freely and receive freely. So let me just piggyback on that whole religion thing. Especially if you have any type of Christianity in your background. Christianity that I came from, preached hard about tithing. Guys, I'm not against tithing. So before you decide to come at me in the comments, I'm speaking of a specific thing with a certain context. But a lot was preached of, well, give first to the kingdom of God and then it'll be given back to you. Honor your pastors, do this for your pastors, then it'll be given unto you. And a lot of times that was giving out of whatever you had before putting your needs first. Putting your needs first above the pastors in 3D is, you don't want to do that type of thing. That's what was pushed. Guys, that is 3D matrix. It's twisted. You are a creator being. Your life comes with a bounty. And yes, you are supposed to give and receive freely. You first have to give to receive. That is a universal law. But give freely. Give freely without any expectations, not giving to get, giving from a free, glad, happy heart. When you start doing that, you open the door to receiving and you open the door to more abundance. So if you've only been experiencing this in little doses and the faucet hasn't been turned all the way up, just know that there is a period before that faucet turns all the way up where you're learning how to handle that space of more abundance, where it doesn't trip you up, where it's not just going to run through your hands like grabbing sand. But again, setting your intention about it, loving yourself, not looking outside for somebody to validate you or do something for you so then you could do it for yourself. That's self-sabotage. This is about you standing up in your authenticity, and giving doesn't have to just be money. It could be of your time, your advice, whatever it is. But make sure that you're giving from your heart, not your head. And you're giving from a place of love and joy. So in other words, in this giving, there's no old story. Okay? 3 of Wands, going in a new direction, taking a trip. For some of you, you could be taking a trip. I always laugh when that comes up in readings for me, or it talks about travel, because my career has been in the travel industry. So anyways, take the path you haven't gone down. Take the path that makes you uncomfortable. Take the path that's scary. Why? Because you are the creator of your reality. You have been playing it safe. And how did that work out for you? That was quite uncomfortable. You got a lot of painful lessons. Ask yourself today, do you need more painful lessons? And if it's an immediate no, awesome. Take the path that scares you. Take the path that you don't know what's going to happen in front of you, because here's where you strengthen your new energy. This is the practice ground where you become in alignment with everything that you want, where you practice holding that space. So when that relationship comes in, when that money comes in, you're not going to fudge it up. You're not going to fudge it up because you're not going back to the old mask and crap and trying to relate in that way. You will do that if you take the same path. That's why I'm saying don't take the same path. Take the path of the unknown, the path that scares you, because you are the creator. And if you're getting up every morning and qualifying that energy and being disciplined in your thoughts and feelings, being aware what's coming out of your mouth, being aware of your intentions. Remember, we've been talking about you don't want to manifest out of that old energy of lack, because you're just going to manifest more lack. The subconscious doesn't know the difference between fact or fiction. It only knows frequency and vibration and what you keep feeding it. So if your frequency and vibration is doubt, lack, blah, 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 that's what you're sending out. That's what you're going to get back. That's why you got to drop the mask, embrace the truth of who you are, and move forward. I know it's scary. I know. But I also know what's through the other side when you take a different path, that you have no idea what's going to happen in front of you, but every day you're getting up and qualifying the energy. You qualify that energy, and then you start to see that happen in your life. You validate it with your words, your feelings, and your thoughts, and it starts happening faster and faster. Before you know it, you're through the other side going, holy crap, why didn't I do that earlier? If you don't like your bank balance, do something today that's going to move the needle as an increase, not a deficit. If you're still in lack or it's a deficit, stop doing what you've been doing. Obviously, it ain't working. And I'll tell you, it's not working because you got some old mass doubt, fear, and old limiting belief playing out. Let go of it. Money is energy, just like love is energy. It's two sides of the same energetic coin. So today, no matter what you're going through, be your biggest cheerleader, love on you, hug your inner child, do it afraid, no money in the bank, do it anyways. Choose the path you haven't walked down before and watch the magic of life unfold for you. Guys, if this resonated and you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, the like, leave a comment. And if you're still here with me, leave a dragon emoji in the comments below. As always, I am sending you oceans and oceans of love from my heart to yours. Namaste. Bye-bye.